It's the inner man that's being changed, the man within. I'm going to bring something different today, and it's because I want to express the love of God, and the love of God, what He has graced me with, and the change that's being made in me is tremendous. And this is just so tremendous what God is doing with me. I've noticed this in the last little while. It's like, wow, His operation is powerful, and it keeps us low for that purpose. He brings us through these trials and sufferings on purpose to change us from the man within, change our minds, change our attitudes, placing His Spirit within us to change us and make us new, removing the old humanity, putting it to death, the old humanity, and bringing in the new humanity. In this way is just so tremendous. And I watched Mortal Fury this morning, and they brought that across so clear. Chris, I love you, brother. You express the love of God so much. And I thank God for you and Dean. I thank God for you and Dean so much. And I thank God for your show, because this message needs to go out. The love of God is so important to get a grasp of, because then you're understanding what He's doing with you individually. And He's removing all these toxic things from my life. And I'm just blown away by it. I'm just blown away by it. Yeah, so I want to share this morning, presenting the truth in love. It's out of the Unsearchable Riches. And it's a tremendous little article. I know I shared it before on my show, but I'm going to share it again. It is always pleasing to God for His saints to imitate Him in His latest revelation of Himself. Our character should conform to the truth we teach. The marvelous message of the ultimate reconciliation of all to God is the most powerful incentive to peace. We look upon all our enemies as potential friends. We welcome and anticipate the time when all enmity and every difference will vanish, and it is bound to have a soothing and salutary effect on our present conduct, in the measure in which it has gripped our hearts. But that is future. A still more potent truth is God's present attitude toward mankind. Only those who have the peace of God are reconciled to Him. Nevertheless, He is conciliate to all mankind. The estrangement between man and his Creator is a one-sided enmity. It is all on man's side. Mankind, the majority masses, they're not at peace with God right now, but God is at peace with them. God is not at all at war with mankind. Alas, that this great truth should be most denied by those who seek to preach the gospel and picture Him as a distant, angry God who must be sought, who must be implored, who must be entreated for the smallest favor. Can any course more effectively conceal the grace He displays in seeking and beseeching the sinner to be conciliated to Him? Great as is God's grace in the gospel, how excessively redundant is its outflow to those who have received the conciliation and are reconciled. We are to imitate God, not merely in our attitude to His enemies, but more especially toward those whom He has taken to be His friends. Here is where we all fail. Here is where we all place limits on His favor. The highest evidence of a close communion with God is not a haughty holding of the truth and a separation from all who do not see it as well as we do. We are to endeavor to correctly partition the word of truth, but we are also to endeavor to keep the unity of the Spirit in the tie of peace. Truth too often has been held in hate. Truth in love is the key to the approval of God and to the hearts of His saints. In this day of apostasy, the truth must often be most unwelcome and unwanted, even by the saints. That most of them are steeped in error is almost an axiom, for if even one of many conflicting divisions should be absolutely correct, which is most unlikely, that would convict all the rest. All want a confirmation of their position, right or wrong, though truth itself must be spurned. But truth and love has a power difficult to resist. Truth in love is sometimes silent for fear of offending. It is often grieved, but does not retaliate. Above all, it does not, like Peter, cut off the ears of those who oppose, for it is patiently waiting for the time when the ears will be healed, not hurt. Let us, who believe in the ultimate reconciliation and present the conciliation, complement our belief by a most gracious and loving exercise of the grace we have received in our contact with the world and with his beloved saints. Truth in love is sometimes silent. Amazing, amazing stuff. Why? Because we have that heart toward God and Christ. We're members of his body. We already have that peace toward God. Why cannot we have that peace towards everybody around us, especially our fellow believers, coming together in love and fellowship? That was exemplary with Mortal Fury, Dean and Chris, because they went to the Pilkingtons and they had put out that video and they expressed that, because it's amazing what they experienced as far as fellowship is concerned. I don't have that here in Canada. My area, I have no one to fellowship with, and I've said that before. I do my show every day, yes, and I have people on Messenger, brethren that I talk to. Not very often as of late, because I've had this delivery job and I haven't been able to communicate too much. Been busy, things like that, but I'm still here. You know, I have my mornings and I can fellowship with anyone who wants to fellowship with me. You know, just share our thoughts, just share our hearts in love, because we have that love of God in us to be able to share with each other and build each other up. I've said it before. But anyway, I love you all. Have a beautiful Friday. I got a delivery job tonight, delivery job tomorrow night, but I'm off on Sunday and Monday. And now I get the days off with my wife, which is really nice. I'm able to spend time with her. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for everything that God has graced me with and the change he's doing within me. So the change happens in the man within, toward the outside. So basically it's from the inside outward. And there's where the illumination comes from the heart outward. And this is how we can be luminaries in the world and love our fellow believers and love our fellow humans and love what we have in Christ and beam it outward. Don't keep it within, because if you keep it within yourself and don't communicate, it's not good. We have God's power of love and sanity. Dean said that. I loved when Dean said that this morning on Mortal Fury. The power of love and of sanity. That's so important. Grace and peace, and I love you all. Have a beautiful weekend, and we will see you on Monday.